the girl who listened to the wind. Elira was different, the villagers knew it. She wasn't like other children. While they chased butterflies and played tag, Elira wandered. She wandered the fields of wildflowers, her ginger braids flying. She wandered into the whispering woods, unafraid. Elira loved the woods. She loved the way the leaves whispered secrets. She loved the way the sunlight dappled the forest floor. Most of all, she loved the wind. It sang to her, carrying scents of pine and damp earth. It told her stories. One day, the wind led her to a clearing deep within the woods. There, bathed in sunlight, stood a circle of ancient stones. In the center grew a tree unlike any other. Its bark shimmered silver and its leaves were 1,000 shades of green. This was no ordinary place. Elira could feel it. The whispering woods, the wind called her closer. Elira reached out, touching the smooth bark of the silver tree. A jolt ran through her, tingling all the way to her fingertips. The world blurred. Sounds became sharper, smells more intense. Elira gasped. When her vision cleared, the world seemed different. She saw the veins of the leaves, the pulse of life within the tree. She heard the murmur of insects, the rustle of a snake in the undergrowth. The wind whispered, "Listen, Elira, the forest speaks." Fear turned to wonder. Elira understood. This was her place, the heart of the woods. The wind had led her here for a reason. She was meant to hear its whispers, to understand its secrets. She was meant to protect it. The heart of the forest. Days turned into weeks. Elira visited the clearing every chance she got. She sat beneath the silver tree listening to the wind's stories. She learned the language of the forest, the rustle of leaves, the chirping of birds, the croaking of frogs. She learned the secrets of the herbs and the magic they held. She discovered she could talk to animals. The deer would graze near her, unafraid. Squirrels would chatter secrets, and owls would bring her news on silent wings. Elira was no ordinary girl. She was the whisperer, the protector of the whispering woods. But Elira kept her gift a secret. The villagers wouldn't understand. They feared what they didn't know. So she played the part of the strange girl, content in her solitude, her heart belonging to the woods. A gift revealed. One day a storm raged through the village. The wind howled, fierce and angry. Lightning split the sky, setting the forest ablaze. Elira raced to the woods, her heart pounding. The flames danced closer to the heart of the forest, threatening her haven. Fear threatened to overwhelm her, but then she heard the wind's voice. "You are the whisperer. Protect us." Elira closed her eyes, remembering the wind's lessons. She focused her will, drawing on the forest's energy. With a cry, she unleashed a wave of pure energy. The wind obeyed her command, whipping into a frenzy, pushing back the flames. Rain poured from the sky, dousing the fire. Elira collapsed, exhausted but triumphant. She had saved her beloved forest. The villagers were amazed. They had seen the fire, witnessed the storm's sudden retreat. Rumors spread like wildfire. Some spoke of a magical being, a protector of the woods. Others whispered of a witch. Elira's secret was out. Fearing the unknown, the villagers approached her, a mix of awe and trepidation in their eyes. Elira, no longer able to hide, revealed her connection to the forest, her ability to command the wind, to speak with animals, to heal with herbs. She told them of the wind's whispers, the forest's wisdom. She explained that her gift was not to be feared but embraced. The forest was their lifeblood, providing them with food, shelter and clean air. Protecting it meant protecting themselves. The villagers listened, their fear giving way to understanding. They saw the love in Elira's eyes, the purity of her intentions. They realized that she was not a threat, but a blessing, a guardian of their future. Life continued, the village now living in harmony with the forest, guided by Elira's wisdom. But peace, once found, is often threatened. A shadow fell upon the whispering woods. Strangers arrived, their eyes filled with greed. They sought to exploit the forest's riches, to cut down its trees, to mine its depths, disregarding the delicate balance of nature. The wind carried their harsh words, their callous plans. The animals fled, their sanctuary violated. The trees trembled, their ancient wisdom sensing the impending doom. Elira knew she had to act. The forest, her friend, was in danger. Elira stood before the intruders, a lone figure against their greed. "This forest is protected," she declared, her voice strong despite her fear. Turn back or face the consequences! The intruders laughed, their greed blinding them to the danger. Get out of our way, girl, sneered their leader. We have no use for your fairy tales. But Elira stood firm, the wind whipping at her back, urging her on. She was the Whisperer, the wind's champion, and she would not back down. Closing her eyes, she reached out to the forest, drawing on its strength, its ancient power. The wind responded to her call, howling like a banshee, whipping the trees into a frenzy. The intruders, fear finally dawning on their faces, turned to flee. But it was too late. The wind, unleashed, became a raging tornado, driving the intruders back, away from the forest, tossing them about like leaves. When the wind subsided, the intruders were gone, scattered and humbled, their greed replaced by a healthy dose of fear. Elira collapsed, drained but victorious. The forest was safe for now. She knew that others might follow, drawn by the same greed, but she was ready. She had made a promise to protect the Whispering Woods, and she would keep it, no matter the cost. Looking around at the forest, she whispered, "I will protect you, always." The wind rustled the leaves, a silent promise in return. The forest would remember. The Whisperer would be its champion, its voice, its protector. The bond between them, forged in magic and courage, would last forever. As the sun set, casting long shadows through the trees, Elira made her way back to the village, the wind whispering tales of gratitude at her side. The villagers, witnessing the retreating storm, knew that Elira had saved their forest once again. From that day forward, Elira was no longer the strange girl who wandered in the woods. She was their protector, their guide, the bridge between their world and the magic of the Whispering Woods. And Elira, forever bound to the forest, continued to listen to its whispers, her heart filled with the wonder and the responsibility of her unique gift. The wind, her constant companion, carried her laughter through the trees, a testament to the enduring power of courage, kindness, and the magic that blooms when humans and nature exist in perfect harmony.